Delicious espresso. Hello gamers and welcome to Blockland. Ugh. Dear notifications on YouTube. When I subscribe to a channel, I expect it to work. Anyways, alright. While we wait for notification squad, I guess we'll just go and do things. Ah, there you are, gamers. Hello. I should really get rid of all these stupid crystals in my inventory. Hey, Terp, what up, man? Also, hi, guys. When did I get these mementos? Okay. I guess I had those the whole time. They just didn't expire for some reason. So, I don't know. You guys know how I was talking about checking out Valorin, was it? Right? For those of you that don't know, it's basically a game that's completely ripping off Cube World, but actually like functional. So I guess in that regard, it's better than Cube World. I was actually gonna stream that today, and then I played it for like 10 minutes and realized how bad it is. So, yep. It's still just as bad as when I played it months and months and months ago. It's not, I won't say it's necessarily bad in terms of like the gameplay. Sorry, I'm trying to sort my inventory. But it's like there's not really any goal. Enemies are too overpowered with bad clunky combat. And a YouTuber's worst nightmare. When it's nighttime, it's pitch black. Why do they think that that's a good thing? Like, why do indie teams think that pitch black nighttime is like gameplay? Anyways, who cares? Point is, it was Garbo, so we're not gonna play it. Is that how it works? I don't think so. I'm pretty sure they have like main devs. But if I could figure out how to make it so that there was no such thing as time passing and nighttime, then I would actually play it. Or give it a chance, I should say. Anyways. Yeah, what's up, Terp? How can I get the Shadow Hunter costume? Oh, this one? This is from the Renewist pack. It's not in store right now. Sons of the Forest. What the hell is Sons of the Forest? Is that the sequel to The Forest? Comes out in May. Doesn't seem to be on Steam or anything, which is odd. Yeah, I guess it's... Is that a sequel? That's weird. Or is that DLC? I don't know. Anyways. Why won't let me buy credit pouches? I have no idea, dude. The market is just very broken. Lots of people can't buy credits, and that's why credit pouches are so overpriced. It's kind of dumbo. Side note, I finally ended up recording some other Trove tutorials now that Elden Ring is starting to slow down a bit. I still want to keep playing Elden Ring, but frankly speaking, New Game Plus is a lot to be desired. I might just start a new character. Yeah, I remember Toast Man. That is the chant for getting lucky in video games. You go Toast Man, Toast Man, Toast Man. Oh, it's a sequel to The Forest? Yeah, with an asterisk. Okay. I mean, I might check it out. I tried The Forest. It was not my thing. But then again, I was playing it single player, so... Multiplayer, it's probably hilarious. I remember watching what's the YouTuber? Vintage Beef had a pretty lengthy series of the forest with his buddies, which was pretty cool. Wait, where'd that stellar go? I see it. Oh, it's up top. Okay. But yeah, I've been kind of trying to experiment here and there, like off camera. I'm looking for other games that I could try out. You know it's getting really bad when I'm looking at Pixark again. Look, I'm over there, actually. I'm standing... Yep. Stupid game, dude. What is it? Today, actually, that new Kirby game comes out, which I'm still so on the fence about. It's not that I don't want to play it. I actually do want to play that Kirby game. It looks like a lot of fun. I tried the demo, and it's cool. But I just... $100 for a Nintendo game that barely anyone's gonna watch is just like, okay. Here's how bad... Okay, so you're saying play Valorant. I would rather play Valorant than Valorant. That's how bad Valorant is. I've tried Valorant. I don't care. It's so boring to me. It's just another one of those free-to-play garbage, like, cash grab games. No offense if you enjoy playing it, but I don't know. For my money, I would rather just play Halo Infinite. That type of game is just funner to me. I don't know. Oh, hey, Bobby. Yeah, I'm down, dude. I've been wanting to play Elden Ring on PS5, but I don't think our schedules have lined up, or maybe you've been busy. I'm not sure. Probably just our schedules. Dear Lord, Trove, like... I am hating this, dude. I'm not in the mood for the lag, like, goddamn. Ugh. No, sorry. I should clarify, guys. I'm not making like an open discussion of what game do you guys think I should play. I'm quite literally just looking at like a bunch of different games and trying them out and seeing if it's something that is interesting enough that I could produce content on it. I've been trying a couple different games here and there, but generally speaking, there's not many games that hold my interest. And since generally speaking, I'm doing more live streams than recorded videos, a lot of these games that I've been trying out, I don't think I could even get an hour of playtime out of them before I would be bored. It's kind of like how Lost Ark. You guys remember how I did that one-off stream and then I never played it again? Yeah. Not that I didn't have fun playing it. Frankly speaking, that was a pretty fun stream. I was quite surprised. But, I don't know. The game just feels so pointless to me. Maybe that's just me. I don't know. For now, I'm still actually really enjoying Elden Ring. Like, despite the fact that I haven't been streaming it as much, I've been playing it a lot more off camera. Which I guess I shouldn't do, but I don't know. Oh, I don't know why that got grabbed, Kerbo. Oh, you're right, Scythe. I could get back into Valheim. Yeah, because they added the caves. Unfortunately, I'll only be able to experience the caves, like, at the mid to late point of the game, but I'm not against that. That might be a good idea. Especially if I play it with mods. Ooh, that could make it more interesting. And I know my buddy, without a doubt, would, like, if I even just breathe Valheim, he'd just go, "Where? I'll play with you." Yeah, I might consider that. Did they add another thing other than the caves? I don't remember. Also, yes, I keep seeing your comment. Stop spamming it. About wanting to get Gonda. Like, I just don't have a comment to say about it, my dude. I'm sorry. Like, you're not really, like, asking a question or anything. I see the comment. Oh, yeah. Valheim's got mods, dude. And they are good. Valheim Plus is the big one that I'd recommend. It's like Terraria mods, dude. It completely changes the game, changes drop rates, adds a bunch of different weapons and animations and stuff. The big thing that I like is the utility mods that don't change the game too much. Hey, Gleam. Like, one that I particularly like, which I know seems very subtle, is when you walk on paths, you get like 10% movement speed. And I like that because it pushes the idea of you actually creating paths, which I think is great because, honestly speaking, Valheim's building is like the best building in like most video games I've ever played. Like, Minecraft serves its purpose and everything, but for 3D games, Valheim. Good lord. Game. Oh, did they... Wait. Caves. A new endgame boss. Chainsaws. Artifacts. Oh, God. Okay, I'm definitely gonna have to check it out. I didn't know they added more than just the caves. Sweet. Yeah, I'll actually... I'm gonna start installing that right now. I don't know when I'll get around to it, but... I will definitely check that out. I've also seen Dying Light having a bunch of updates, which, oh, Valheim's already installed. Okay, good. The only thing that sucks with Valheim mods, though, is it really tanks the frame rate. They really need an optimization update for that game. No, I've seen all the hype around Core Keeper. It's not really my type of game. It seems cool, don't get me wrong. Also, yes, you keep asking about crystal gems. No, I don't think crystal gems should be added to the game. In the odd chance that they would ever add crystal gems to the game, I think that they would have to make it like mandatory that we could upgrade to those gems instead of having to start from scratch, because I think too many people, myself included, would be too frustrated at the whole system. Especially when it's like, you know, Trove doesn't really have any difficulty, you know? Like, we don't have, like, boss patterns or, you know, complicated combat or anything. So, literally, it's like, all they could do is just add a new enemy that would just have way too high scaling, and there you go, call it a day. Oh, now you need better gems! Bruh! I already did enter to the Gungeon videos. Actually, I did enter the Gungeon videos in co-op online with my buddy before Steam added the co-op function online. Also, yes, multi. I'm like... Sorry, I didn't acknowledge it earlier. Yeah, I'll probably pick up Kirby. I know that it's not going to be a popular series on the channel, but I know that some of you are kind of in the same boat that I am, where you don't want to buy it. In which case, at least if I buy it, you could just watch me play through it, you know, and then not have to buy it yourself. It looks like a good game, don't get me wrong. It's just, I'm kind of burned from the last Kirby. Because it just, I don't know. It was the same price, and that other Kirby game sucks, dude. Really bad. I ended up getting that game like 100% or something, but it was like, I slowly did it over time because I kept getting bored and stopped playing. But yeah, anyways, for those of you that are interested, the Kirby game comes out tonight at 9 p.m. Pacific time. So I'll probably stream that. I just gotta justify buying it and actually, like, get it. Because it's like, everybody, dude. Like, I talk with my brother. He's like, oh, yeah, that Kirby game looks okay, but for $100 in a game you'll never play again after you beat it? And I'm like, yeah, I know. And even Mariko, even when she's sitting there going, it's $100, then it's just like, I know. Like, God, I hate Nintendo. Not to be confused with the Nintendo, okay? Oh, nice, Joe. You got a C4 face and middle mouse sit. Sweet. Sweet, Vish. Perfect timing. No, it's not Canadian currency issues. It's Nintendo being stupid and charging full price for games that shouldn't be full price. There's a pretty good video that Donkey put out. Lots of other people have talked about it as well. Scott the Waz did videos on it. Talking about, like, video game sales. And the funny thing is, whenever they get to Nintendo as the category, they're like, yeah, you may as well just buy these games because they never end up going on sale. They never end up depreciating in value just because Nintendo is just so against it. I mean, you know, unless you want to end up buying, like, what, Mario Odyssey, like, 20 years later for like triple the price. Okay, Joe. Joe's a little bit of a biased Nintendo fan. See, I actually criticize things from time to time. No, here's my argument is Splatoon 2 and Splatoon 3, those games are worth $20. The old Kirby game that's on the Switch right now is going to be the same price as the new Kirby game, or Skyward Sword, which is an old janky, what, Switch game or GameCube? Not Switch. What was it on? What was it on, Joe? It was like the Wii or something? I don't even remember. But that game cost the same price as Breath of the Wild. Far superior game. No, Joe. Well, you know what, Joe? You don't frankly buy any video games, so I don't even know why I'm discussing this with you. Ooh, that burn. Why do you use Gundam while speed farming? I don't know, because I like being up in the sky and being able to look at everything. What can I say? I know that I'm faster off of my mount. I just don't care. I'm not all about being like 100% efficient. Oh God, game crashed. You know what? I'm gonna remove Joe from moderator and I'm gonna time him out because I'm sick of the toxicity, man. Like seriously, you gotta get that checked out, dude. You always come in with a very, very negative attitude. It's always just insults, insults, and like seriously, dude. What are you trying to be, Stratos 2.0? Like, check yourself, bro. Hello, Matt. Oh yeah, Game Pass does have a lot of things. You right. I should look into that. I don't think there's been anything in particular that I've been like, oh my God, I really want to get Game Pass, you know? But oh God, do we even really want to do this dungeon? No, we do not, but I'm going to anyways because I don't care. Because I got a complete 5-star dungeon. Blah, blah, blah. No, I know Game Pass has like plenty of games, Scythe. That's okay, dude. I should look and see what else has been added to Game Pass, frankly speaking. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, like I said, guys, the only real thing that's coming out more recently would just be that Kirby game, which, it's okay. I don't know. I might not get it, even though I keep saying I will. What can I say, dude? Like, I can't justify spending $100 for a game that I'm gonna beat once and never play again. Especially, like, I don't know. I kind of feel like the excitement on a lot of these games coming out got the volume turned way down because Elden Ring came out and was just like, oh my God, an actual, like, good AAA game that has, like, tons of content. Even if I ended up stopping, like, playing Elden Ring now, which I don't plan to, it's like, I still got over 100 hours out of it, and most games cannot say that. Now, granted, that, you know, the price of the game shouldn't necessarily be subjective to, like, the length of it, necessarily. It's just Elden Ring happened to be a really good game that was also very long. Oh, I'm sorry, Terp. I should have clarified. I am not interested in that forest game. I'm sorry, dude. Like I said, like I played the forest one and it just wasn't for me. It was a cool enough game, but it was just so slow and grindy that I lost interest. I think I tried it like 2 times as well, like 2 separate occasions, and then eventually I don't know, refunded it both times. Like, cool, maybe I'll take a look at the second one. I like the horror aspects of it, but the way that you end up gaining faster movement speed on a mount is by having the knight subclass ability, and for every 5,000 power rank that your knight has, you're going to end up gaining more movement speed. That's the trick. This isn't even a 5-star. I should be rushing dungeons, but nah. I think if that Kerbo game was online, maybe, but even then I wouldn't subject somebody else to spend full price to just play it co-op with me. Especially when the co-op is kind of like an afterthought. Yeah, that's right. That was... I forgot about that, Scythe. That was the other big reason why I didn't play the Forest. Yeah. I think that there was mods or an option to turn that off now, but yes. Yep. That's the thing, dude. Like, I'm not dogging on Nintendo by any means. Like, you know, Nintendo always puts out, like, super high-quality games. So I can't hate on them for that. But, exactly, it's like, why, you know, you can get Mario Odyssey, Zelda, Smash Bros. And then you kind of have, like, the optional games where it's like, there's 2 Mario Party games. You could either get the good one, which is the Mario Party All-Stars game that just came out, or like me and everybody else who, you know, wanted a Mario Party game that was actually good and got the other Mario Party game from a long time ago on the Switch and instantly regretted it. Like, it's just, I don't know, dude. I don't mean to dog on Nintendo, but really, it's like when the old Kirby game, which I played it 100% and I can attest it is absolutely boring. When that game is going to cost the same as the new 3D Kirby, it just, I don't know, it gives me pause. Then there's certain games where it's like, you know, with Metroid Dread, it's like, I'm going to get that for sure. You know, Metroid Prime, hell yeah. Like, there's the games that I know I am going to end up enjoying, and further than that, I want to support. Well, when I put it that way, I guess I should support this 3D Kirby game, because frankly speaking, Nintendo only thinks in sales. That's why we haven't gotten anything with Metroid for so long, because as much as Metroid has like a cult following, the games themselves are not as popular as you would think in terms of their sales, versus like, you know, a Mario game or a Zelda game or something. Hopefully we get an announcement for Breath of the Wild 2 sometime this year, but who knows. Because they kind of talked about it a little bit and mentioned 2022, but we haven't seen anything on it, which has me skeptical. Just replay Breath of the Wild. I tried, dude. I did. I'm a difficult person to please with replaying through games, as you can already see with me trying to play through New Game Plus with Elden Ring, which oddly enough I very much enjoy restarting as a new character in Elden Ring. I've already done it multiple times now, even though I haven't streamed it. It's just, I don't know. Certain games just kind of are better for starting again or replay value and stuff. With Breath of the Wild, it's just, I don't know. A puzzle game? I can't. One of the fundamentals to when I started YouTube, like long time ago, that I never understood was why channels would leave in like solving a puzzle, you know, like in a game or something. I would much rather just you know, I don't record as much as I do streaming nowadays. But whenever I end up getting to a puzzle, I get really frustrated and anxious when I know that people are watching me. When it's recorded, I know that I can always just edit it out. But when I'm live streaming, I kind of feel stressed to like get it done. And thus, I don't approach puzzles like properly the way that I would if I was just doing it myself. Like often, I've noticed a few times, not often, but when I'm doing like a Let's Play or something and I'm streaming it, I'll usually end up getting to a puzzle that stumps me on stream or something, and then afterwards when I just do it off camera, it's just like, oh, that's the solution. It's obvious, like, what, you know, not that I look it up, I'm just saying. Anyways, that was a long-winded explanation to say I have no interest in like focusing on puzzle games exclusively. I don't know. That's the thing, dude. Like, there's, you know, there's all these games coming out, but at the same time, it's just kind of like, eh, we'll wait and see. No. It's not about that, daycare. It's not about that. We I mean, hey, if you guys are into it, you know, sure. Like, that's the thing. I think a lot of it is just in my head. I think it's most of all just because I have no patience for anything. I know that it's just a weak point of mine, like, just as an individual. But that's just kind of how it is. Have you played A Way Out? Yes, I hated it. I'm sorry. me and my fiance played it, and oh, like, we tried to give it a chance because, you know, it was all game of the year and everything, but it's such a boring game. I can't believe that game got game of the year, dude. Like, it's barely even a video game. It's just a collage of mini games. Like, at that rate, Mario Party should have got game of the year. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. There must have been something that I didn't get. But then again, when Sekiro won game of the year, I didn't get that either, so I guess I'm the odd one out. Majority rules, right? Yeah, there's not... I mean, to be fair, that's just most video games, yes. Just because, generally speaking, there's very few games that are memorable. Like, Elden Ring is one of those games where, you know, people are talking about it being game of the year. Like, that game is one of my favorite games. And I can't even think in memory which game actually came out more recently that was like, oh my god, I love this game. I guess Breath of the Wild would be the most recent. Or, I mean, maybe Ghost of Tsushima? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know why game of the year didn't go to Ghost of Tsushima. I mean, arguably, after playing Ghost of Tsushima so much, that game does not age well. Like, I think that game starts out great, and when you play through the main campaign and everything, it's really just a phenomenal game. But I know that when Iki Island came out, it just felt so slow and clunky at that point. Like the DLC, because it was just kind of more of the same, and it was like the only way that they could step up the difficulty was with stupid mechanics, rather than, you know, adding something brand new. All they could really do was modify the existing game. That's what I thought anyway. Because otherwise, I think the biggest thing that ruined, quote unquote, the single player for Ghost of Tsushima was the multiplayer. Because the multiplayer was so fast-paced and so fun that going back to the single player kind of just made it feel like a chore. That's what it felt like to me. I mean, that said, I still completely maxed the game out and absolutely loved it. It's just, it doesn't have much replay value for me because I already did everything and just kind of feel like, meh. Yep, definitely. Yeah, it was definitely trying to be a cheesy old samurai film, which I really liked the story up until near the end when it was just kind of like, okay, why is this boss invincible? It's just, I don't know. What buffs did Shadowhunter get in terms of rework? I mean, his abilities got changed. The functionality of some of them got changed. Generally speaking, we just got a crap ton of number boosts. There is a specific like the patch notes talk about it. I'm pretty sure I talked about it in the patch notes. I don't think I had like a specific video focusing on the changes with the Shadowhunter. Maybe. No, I think that was on my to-do list, which, I mean, it's a bit late to do it now, but I'll try and have something like that out around whenever you guys get the update on console, right? But like just a video specifically focusing on the changes, not necessarily showing functionality. Because I already got plenty of videos for that. Like right now. How long have I been at 199k subs before? I have no idea. What do you mean? I've gotten to 200k subs like I think 2 times. And every time that it happened, usually YouTube would end up clearing out like old dead YouTube accounts and stuff, and then my sub count would jump down. They already did that more recently, but it didn't jump down nearly as much this time. Either way, frankly speaking, I'm not too concerned about the sub count. Like, cool, we're close to 200k, awesome, it's kind of a mini goal. But at the same time, it's like, I don't know. It's weird because it's like, even though I'm a content creator and even though I'm supposed to put like all of this value on this one numeric, thing, it just, I don't really care about the sub counter as much as I care about like having a good experience for those of you that are actually watching my videos, you know? Because it's not like all of those people that are subbed to the channel are watching everything. Yeah, that's the better way to put it. I don't know why I didn't know the phrasing, but exactly. It's about the community. Sub count is just kind of like, oh, cool, achievement get, you know? That's basically it. And I'm not trying to like dog on my content or anything. Like, I've had some people come around, they're like, you have 200k and now your channel is dying and all of that crap. And it's like, bruh, you clearly do not understand how YouTube works. The channel is actually doing great. Maybe it's not like the super highlight point, but frankly speaking, I knew that that was just going to be a burst anyways, because when Trove first came out, you know, obviously the channel exploded for a while, and then everyone just moves on to the next new thing. But anyways, point is, you know, look at a channel like PewDiePie where it's like, how many subs does he have and how many views does he get? Like, that's just how it is. Whoops, bit my tongue there. Anyways, it doesn't matter. I don't want to get into all the number stuff because then it just, I don't know. I feel like if I talk about it too long, it misconstrues my message. Point is, it's always just been about the community. There was a point where I started getting obsessed with like the number value and everything like that and worried about it, and it was too stressful, man. And then I kind of just took some time to myself to come back to, oh, right, I need to, you know, just start being more myself and doing what I want to do. And just trust. No, it's not like the channel isn't doing well. Oh. Okay, I was trying to bomb through there because Joe last time told me, oh, you can blast your way through. But, yeah, I thought you couldn't, but I wanted to try it. Yeah, exactly, dude. Like, looking at the numbers just demotivates you because then you start thinking that it's all about the numbers, you know? And, I mean, arguably that's just how our society is. It's got nothing to do with YouTube, you know? It's like people putting value on themselves or others based on their paycheck. But with YouTube, it's quite literally all just numbers, so people can look at it very, you know, with a critiquing eye. It's not something that I've ever personally believed in. It just ended up getting to me at one point or another, but now I'm kind of back to just being myself and being honest and, you know. Like, what was it? There's a good argument that my brother ended up making where it's like, you know, everyone talks about like, you know, a doctor versus somebody who works at McDonald's and puts all the value onto the doctor. And I mean, arguably, yeah, the doctor, you know, is saving lives and whatever else. But doctor's got to eat. Doctor wants fast food. Doesn't want to end up cooking. You know, everyone's valuable. And I just don't think that, I mean, that said, most of the people that work at McDonald's are idiots, but that's got nothing to do with like the pay or anything. I don't know. In my experience, like, you know, like, can you not just give me a cheeseburger order? Like, how can you mess that up? I don't get it. It just makes me think of when Mariko and I were in Japan. Oh my god, the work ethic there is just so, I love it. They treat every job like seriously. And even McDonald's, like, it's like, you know when you see those McDonald's commercials and it shows like the burger and it never looks like that in real life? It looks like that in Japan. And it is fresh, dude. Anyways, now I'm rambling. Wait, what? Oh, you mean like if I sell a stellar? Yeah, no, I'm hungry too. I should get a cheeseburger later. I may. And then I can be like Kirby and just inhale it. Yeah, I'll get that stupid Kirby game for $100. I gotta double check too. I think our Canadian currency is getting even worse. But what else is new? Also, yes, Scythe, I agree. Don't. Wait, what? Nintendo missing? No, he's probably salty. I mean, I get it. Kind of lashed out on him, but I don't know. He's just been, for me personally, like I've just noticed that he's been nothing but complaining the past couple streams, and it's just enough is enough. Anyways, who cares? That's personal issues. That's not something that I should be talking about on stream. No, I know. I find how like the sub count on YouTube, like especially now where it only tracks 1K. The funny thing is, like, I remember being so happy when I got my 100K sub play button or whatever. And it's kind of a piece of crap when you actually look at it. It's like, oh, okay, they barely put any effort into this. But it still has strong sentimental value because it was kind of like, you know, my channel was just getting to that goal. You guys want to know when you get the next play button? At 1 million. That's right. I will never get the next play button. Unless somehow my channel like explodes and I get to 1 million subs, but I don't see it. Not in my future, man. That'd be crazy, but I don't think it's gonna happen until maybe when Hytale comes out, the channel could blow up quite a bit more. But I guess it really depends how interesting Hytale is. Just for my own, you know, my own excitement. But I just think that it's ridiculous that YouTube doesn't even have, like, you know, shouldn't they have it at like 500K or something? Like, it's so odd that it just skips. Blarg. I don't care about that 5-star. Oh, actually, yes, I do. Bring me! Can't get it with that attitude? Get lost, Blazer. Attitude's got nothing to do with the YouTube algorithm, my man. It's not, like, that's the thing. YouTube ain't one of those careers where you can just keep grinding and end up getting a raise, okay? It's like, no, you have to non-stop work, and frankly speaking, the things that you have to do is, pretty crazy. Which, I'm not the best at, but I'm consistent. That's my strength. Kind of. Oh god, I forgot I was gonna clear my inventory. Ugh! Gimme, gimme, gimme. Okay, sorry, what were you guys saying? Wait, what do you mean there's a lot of YouTubers relying on Hytale? What? How are people relying on Hytale when it's not even out yet? I don't get it. What do you mean? Unless you're talking about, like, what I'm saying, in which case I'm not reliant on it. I just think that maybe, you know, it would be another cube-related audience. That's all I meant. Yeah, who knows when Hytale's coming out, dude. It's not. That's the real bottom line. I don't have any hype for it until it actually like gets a proper announcement and comes out. But I think last they said was we won't even get a beta until like late 2023 or something, which is funny because they promised us a beta like 2 years ago, I think, and then they got bought up by Riot, said it wouldn't change anything, and we haven't heard anything since. So yeah. I think most of all it's because they planned to have the game come out on console, and that ended up delaying it for everybody. But who knows? Who knows? Who cares? Out of sight, out of mind. We'll just wait until it comes out, if it does, and then when it does, okay, cool. Where is... Oh. Help me. Explain to me the tiers of weapons. You mean like in Trove? What does it go? It goes from like a whole bunch of different colors eventually to Shadow, and then Shadow goes from tier 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then it goes to Stellar Gear, and then eventually it goes to Crystal, which goes from Crystal 1, 2, 3, and 4. They're all in very specific areas though. For the Crystal Gear, it's pretty bad. It's not as complicated as you think. But the game doesn't do the best job explaining it. That's true. Oh, was somebody asking about... Sorry. Oh, max PR. Yeah, so Rose already kind of covered it. Don't worry about, like, the C4 gear. Because that's not... It's not super viable to even bother getting it. You forgot Radiant. Ah, yes. It's just that Radiant doesn't count. Yeah, I forgot. I mean, basically, you just go to Stellar Gear until you can get to Crystal Gear. Crystal Gear is so freaking easy to get anyways. Zex, I'm pretty sure you asked that before, and I already mentioned, dude. I do not think that Crystal Gems should ever be a thing in this game. And if they are planning on it, I think that they need to make it something that we can upgrade to. Because myself and others would be way too frustrated if we had to basically start from scratch. And, you know, gems quite literally are very pay to win. So it would just be awful to have to start again. And, like, you know, it'd be like just such a cheap way for them to try and monetize it, that I think too many people would just be too upset about it. I think we're going to get Crystal 5 gear. That's inevitable, because that's quick and easy. And, yeah. Hopefully they don't just throw it into the delves. I don't know. I know, we still need a Cosmic Primordial Dragon. Yeah, that's true. I don't know if we'll ever get that, though. Devs don't really like... I get it. But the devs don't really like adding content that's backlogged. And I think the reason why is, you know, the same reason when Crystal 4 came out, and we didn't really have a way to prepare for it, because they don't want us to skip through the content, which, yeah. No, there's no 40k. The sigil is in the game's code, yes, but they always have stuff like that ready for a long time. Like, it's the same as how technically you cannot get up to these high tiers of mastery, but that doesn't mean that those mounts aren't in the game's code. But 40k PR is not possible. I think you can just... I think you could just barely get 37k with the... what was it, the ring pearl glitch. So if anyone's at 37k, they still have their pearled rings, I'm pretty sure. Yes, I do love roguelike games. Those are actually some of my favorite games that I play myself. Where is... Oh, this dungeon's already done. Okay. Yes, we could do the delves. I don't care. Okay, I'm sorry. You know what? I'm just gonna do this one because it's easy. Oh, that's what you're saying. Sorry. I kind of just skimmed through the first sentence. So what should they do to make 40k PR possible? Frankly speaking, I think, again, they're just going to add C5. What I think they should do with Trove would require a lot of work. Personally speaking, I think that they should overhaul the gear system. So that they can go ahead and have their different tiers of rarities and stuff like that, but I think that they should have set items and class-specific items. So you could get like a, I don't know, some super rare, legendary Shadowhunter only helmet, for example. That would end up giving you some type of a perk or passive or something. Kind of the same as how crystal rings work now, where they have the hidden effect. So the game's code can handle it, where they have these abilities that will augment your class, but I think that they need to have that by having like a full set or something, you know. Add more gear drops, because frankly speaking, gear drops is the lifeblood of the game, because grinding is quite literally the funnest aspect. Problem is that they keep putting stuff into the delves, and nobody likes the delves. The only people who like the delves, frankly speaking, are people that have not spent like over 300 over 300 delves. Like, it's just kind of the way it is, dude. But I think they're gonna, you know, that would obviously require a lot of effort. I think they're gonna take the lazy way out and just add C5, because we already saw it in the game's code at one point or another anyway. Crystal gems, maybe. Generally speaking, I think that it would be easier for them to just add another gem type. Which I think would actually be kind of cool if they added another set of gem slots, so that we could then end up having each of the different empowered gem types. I know that we'd be too overpowered, but frankly speaking, we're already too overpowered anyways, so. I think that set items and stuff like that could be really cool if they added them, and maybe Crystal 5 gear to higher Uber worlds. I think we should like get over it. Let's go to Uber 15. At the very least, I want to see U10 Prime Uber world and U10 of each of the elemental worlds, because frankly speaking, once you get to end game, you're just stuck in geode surface. And unless you end up just going to U8 and stuff like Joe does, which arguably is faster than what we're doing right now, but I just like being in U10, it's just habit. But that's the whole thing, is, you know, we once you end up getting to this point, like I've got so much cosmic gem dust, but I don't have the other gem dust because I never end up getting any of the other gem types, because you only ever get cosmic gems here. Like, it's funny how geode surface is the only area that goes to U10, while it's also, you know, basically like an elemental world where you're constantly getting the cosmic gems. A super empowered gem? I could see something like that. What I'd like to, another thing that they could potentially end up doing is, so Trove calls this subclasses, but it's not. Like, Trove uses a lot of buzzwords from other games, but then the functionality in Trove is just not the way that you would expect it. I think that Trove could stand to add, like, legitimate subclassing, where you would have to level up, like, 2 archetypes. You know, maybe there would be, like, Shadowhunter would have 2 variants, you know? Kind of like, let's take, for example, a Vanguard, okay? I think that would be a much better example. Let's just assume that there would be, like, one archetype of the Vanguard would be melee mode, one archetype would be melee mode, and then maybe by advancing both of those classes, then you could end up going to the next skill tree, which would end up being, like, a combination of both, which would be, like, the Vanguard that we have right now. But, obviously something a little bit more functional. That would be that'd be a very, very big system to be added to the game, though. But I think it would be really cool. I guess we could call it a job system, just because subclassing, you know, kind of has the wrong buzzword because of how Trove presents it. The easiest fix, I personally think, is adding proper endgame areas. You know, U10 to every other Prime world. Taking focus away from the delves. Adding some actual like proper endgame bosses that aren't just leviathans where it's just boring. Yeah, I don't know. There's lots of other things that they could end up doing, but frankly speaking, it's a little too much work. So it's like I don't expect any of these things. It's just kind of food for thought. Best way to level up classes now? Right, because they moved EXP out of Bomber. I think it's... So basically, it's just doing Uber Worlds and Adventure Quests. You know, when you talk to the NPC at the spawn area, that guy gives a lot of XP. So what I usually do is, especially if you get to Geosurface, you can get that guy's quest to do 5-star dungeons. And that gives you some of the best XP in the game. And then other than that, Delves. Delves gives the most. How big is the dev team? I don't know, dude. Frankly speaking, like, a lot of people are still of the mind to be super overly critical towards Trove's development cycle. You know, talking about, like, bad-mouthing the devs, basically. And, you know, I'm very critical about some of the decisions that the developers end up making. But generally speaking, I like to remind everybody that ever since Game Ago ended up taking charge, we've had some of the best updates Trove has ever seen. So these devs are on point. Like, they are really delivering what the players are asking for. You know, the implementation of crystal rings is just insane. And the fact that they didn't monetize it, obviously the Paragon pinatas are monetized, and technically speaking, yeah, you can get, like, you can quite literally buy your way to getting crystal 4 rings. Okay, but it's all tradable. And that's kind of the big thing where it's like, okay, I don't care that they can make it all pay to win. So long as it is something that is tradable with free-to-play players, that's amazing. Then there's no complaints. And that's what they did with the crystal rings, which is nuts. Because that was the thing, is they didn't have them tradable when it was on the test server. It just happened, like, because I don't think the player market works properly on the test server. So when it ended up coming to the live server, it was just like, oh my god, what? Like, that was really cool. It was a nice surprise. Gonda, yeah, Gonda's like around 20 mil. Well, at least on PC. I don't know about console. I do them daily, and yeah, exactly, dude. That's the thing, Lucas. All you can really do is just do those daily quests, and then you're in the delves. Generally speaking, so that you don't burn yourself out, I would suggest that if there's any day that you are going to grind on XP day. Also, make sure that you get double XP potions from Caruxian, who is actually going to be showing up tomorrow, coincidentally. And make sure that you use them on XP day, because that is you just fly in your levels. You can get max level like right away, because it's double XP on double XP. I'm not even touching that dungeon because I don't care. It's 23 mil on PlayStation? What the heck? Ouch, dude. Like, on PC, the market is just like flooded with, like, you know, there was flux duping and flux bots and all this other crap. It's like, so I kind of expect things to be like really, really bloated in price, but for PlayStation, that's nuts, dude. Jesus. I mean, I think it is on Xbox as well, right? Or is it cheaper now? I don't know. I mean, I guess then again, you guys got the Paragon update, so at least there are methods of grinding flux, thank God. Still, that's nuts, dude. No, we don't know when the update is, dude. Thought it was gonna be this week, but nope. Can you believe that you guys on console are probably going to be getting the Shadowhunter update next month? Not even in March. Like, Jesus, dude. That's just... that's bad. Like, at the least, if they would just give a release date, right? But that's the whole thing, is it's like, they don't tell us anything. It's so dumb. Later, Duck. Also, yes, Silent. Me as well. That's what I'm saying, dude. All you get is Cosmic Gem Dust. Because that's U10. I also, like, generally speaking, I hate these dungeons because there's so few of them. Like, why aren't they constantly adding new dungeons to U10? And they don't all have to be in this stupid, like, gold-black theme. They can just be, like, anything, please. They don't have to be ruins. But it's like, at this point, we should really have more dungeon variety. Especially when this is, like, the endgame area, but... I mean, I guess generally speaking, again, they're always focused on the delves. Which, even that, like we've already talked about, a quick band-aid fix would just be completely overhauling the aesthetics of the delves. So that it was just like a shadow tower, like an infinite dungeon. That'd be so much better than it is right now, because frankly speaking, the whole cave thing, nah. Just nah. I don't know. I'm not a fan of the delves, obviously, as you can tell. Oh, man. Oh, don't worry, dude. Even... What have we even had? Like, maybe 5 dungeons added since the geode surface? And don't even get me started on the fact that you guys on console don't get mods, so you see this all as disgusting red. Like, at least I've got dark mode on. It's funny, too, because I still very distinctly remember when playing on the PTS with the geode surface update. And everybody was just kind of like, this is cool, but why did you guys pick blood red? Like, nobody liked it, and yet they just went ahead with it, and I don't know. I'd say, generally speaking, that's probably still, to this day, Trove's weakest link, is that they just do a absolutely terrible job listening to the community. Because the devs kind of just get like ideas and start focusing on content that they think people want, rather than like actually asking and putting it to a vote. Because funny enough, guys, you remember there was maybe a year or two ago, they ended up putting out a poll asking the community what we wanted to see next, and everybody voted on class reworks and new classes. And guess what? We got the Bard, we got Shadowhunter, as well as a whole bunch of our characters getting a rework. Like, they actually started delivering. But I think that that's something that they should like constantly be asking, just to make it a little bit more transparent and more open with like what the plan is, you know what I mean? I don't know. It's a ranty stream today, isn't it? The name of the map mod is, it's just like a mini map. I think you can type exclamation mark mini map, and then Nightbot will tell you about it. I think that's the command. Yes. No, I know. I think that Trove could stand to have a little bit more balance, because yeah, as of right now, you basically just skip right up to Stellar. And the funny thing is that so many people still consider Stellar to be something like worth investing in, when frankly speaking, getting Crystal Gear is just so easy that you can just go and do that. Not min-in map. Here, let me try it myself. Oh my god, and then I messed it up too. Oh, it doesn't work. What the hell? Is it map? Oh, there we go. Map. Okay. Well, now I know. There you go. I knew it was something. I might have to try and set up mini map and map, but I guess map just makes more sense. It's fine. There you go. That's the link. Wee. Oh my god. Yep, exactly, Lucas. It worked with minimap on your end? Oh, did it? Oh, I see. Like, does it send a DM that not everybody sees? I don't think so. I don't know. Anyways, doesn't matter. The command worked fine, so there you go. Bum, bum. Is there something up here? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, you do all see it. Okay, so it worked with, I think it worked with exclamation mark map, and then it just explains the mini-map. Did you like Returnal? Oh, dude, I know I would love Returnal, but I didn't buy it. I couldn't justify it. And yet I'll buy Kirby. With Returnal, it's one of those games, like, I might get it when it's on sale and my buddy can get it because I know that it has co-op now, which is huge. And I love roguelike games, and Returnal just looks amazing. I've watched speedruns of it multiple times. I've watched, like, what the story is and everything, and it's actually really, really tight. But they never end up having it go on sale for enough for me to justify getting it, just because with my experience with the PS5 crashing as often as it does, or the game updating constantly, and it's like, I like the idea that it's a roguelike, but I want it to actually have, like, a better save function, you know? Like, I think that was one of the big things lots of people criticized about it, is that it took a really long time for them to add the functionality of being able to save and quit. But even then, it doesn't mean that your file can't get corrupt and you lose everything. Like, it being a roguelike means that it's even more brutal, you know? But I'll definitely get Returnal at some point. That's gonna be a game for me. I don't know if I'll end up doing videos on it or anything. But if it ever goes on sale enough, I'll definitely pick it up. Yep, I have a couple videos on Deep Rock Galactic. I played it back when it was, like, in beta. And then they went big mode, and the game just exploded in popularity, and they added, like, all their battle pass and different skins and stuff. I haven't played it since all of that was added, but I know that fundamentally the game is still the same, and it's actually awesome. It's a great game. Get Kirby on sale. It's Scythe. We've been through this, dude. It's a Nintendo game. Nintendo games do not go on sale. They do maybe like 5 years after. Yeah, I know, dude. Cosmic style to mounts. I know. They really should. Like, I think it would confuse too many people with, yeah, like, I could use Gonda and have, like, just slow Sebastian. But I completely agree. I think that mounts should be vanity. Like, mounts are basically vanity at this point, but I think the same as when they added the ally skins, I think that would be great. Because then I could actually use Yubaki. Otherwise, we're stuck using mods, you know? Only fun with friends. There's your answer. Don't get it. Wait, what? What answer, Scythe? For Returnal? I'll definitely pick it up if it goes on sale enough that my buddy picks it up. But that's also a game that I just want myself. It's also like all the weird Cthulhu stuff and sci-fi and alien. Like, it's just, it's right up my alley. Like, the game genuinely looks great. Since when did they add the headless feature to the game? Oh, that was a while ago, actually. When did they add that? Was that when they had the Revenant rework? I forget. But there you go. Jub's answering. If you don't understand dog, then... well, I'm sorry. But she is letting you know when it showed up. I don't remember. No, no, Scythe. Like, the Kirby game already has a demo on the Switch. I genuinely really like it. Like, it's actually, like, a lot of fun, and it looks really great. It controls very well. Like, I genuinely like it. The only problem is because I'm Canadian and because Nintendo games are so expensive and they don't convert properly, Nintendo games are like $100 for me. And it's not that I'm against spending $100 to support a great Nintendo game. I'm most of all just on the fence because I know it's going to be one of those games that is not going to be that popular on the channel, which means I'm not making my money back. which isn't really the point. But most of all, it's because I know it's going to be one of those games that I'll play through and then I will never touch again. And I don't think it's going to be like a super memorable experience or anything. I mean, generally speaking, I can play it a lot off camera with Mariko because it does have co-op. But the co-op... co-op's not the greatest in that Kirby game. You want to know why? Because the second player is stuck with the same power-up through the entirety of the game. Which is pretty lame. I'm still going to get it, even though I keep saying, like, I'm all wish-washing back and forth. Do I get it? I'm going to get it. I've already made up my mind. And you know what? At least it's not spending thousands of dollars on Genshin. Like, I'll play that Kirby game tonight. I'll definitely stream it. It'll just be a one and done, but it'll be a fun enough time. And who knows? Maybe the main game will surprise me. Tips on how I can bring my light up. Well, as mentioned by Epoch right there, cosmic gems, banners, crystal gear, crystal rings. That's basically it. Allies. What else? Some dragons do, but not many. But yeah, that's basically it. Pretty much anything related to like the geode surface and stuff will end up giving you light value items. It's weird because light in itself is not implemented well into the game at all. Like, it literally is something, it's a stat value that is nowhere in the entire game up until you end up getting to geosurface. And then suddenly it's like, oh, here's gear that has this new stat that's never been explained to the player. Ghostbusters game. I'm sorry, I'm not interested. Are you sure you're not talking about, what is that game? Ghost Hunters? That was a game that I was kind of excited about because it's basically prop hunt. And then for some reason, they just are still developing it and everyone's just lost interest. They keep doing like closed betas and it's like, bruh, just open it to early access for Christ's sake. Like, just let me play this goofy game with my friends. And it better only be 20 bucks because I'm not spending 40 on it. I don't care if it's got fancy graphics. Witchit is one of the best, like, mimic games out there, you know, like Prop Hunt. And that game's like, what, 10, 20 bucks? Something ridiculously cheap? Opinion on the Harry Potter game coming out. Well, if you didn't watch my stream reaction to it, it looks like a great game for Harry Potter fans. I am not a Harry Potter fan. So, by not being a Harry Potter fan, it means that I don't care about the source material. That's not enough to sell me on the game. So, I watch the gameplay, and it leaves me unimpressed. It looks really clunky. I don't like the way that the combat looks. It looks really slow and boring. And generally speaking, I don't want to be hating on it, because I'm not saying that the game looks bad per se. It just doesn't look like my type of thing. Like, it looks really solid, and I like the fact that the game is pushing seasons and stuff like that, and, you know, going and talking and studying up in the school and everything. Like, it's the Harry Potter game, but I just don't care. If it was Lord of the Rings, then maybe I'd care a little bit more. Because I actually like the source material. But yeah, I think that Harry Potter game's gonna be dope. I'm just not interested. At first I thought it was just gonna be like a cool open world RPG that just had like wizards and magic, and then it was like, oh no, it's a Harry Potter game. So it's like managing your character and studying and blah 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 blah. Anyways, I guess the closest resemblance that I would say to the Harry Potter game that I'm actually like probably excited for is the next Fable game. Because I loved the old Fable games. It was a shame when the franchise died, but it's good that Microsoft picked it back up and they're working on a new one. I mean, what? Oh, why unyielding doesn't work on certain bosses? Wait, do you mean unyielding, or are you talking about death-defying? Because death-defying is the problem. Unyielding, for the most part, works. When it doesn't, usually that's just lag. Unless you're thinking of a different example that I'm not thinking about. The unyielding emblem specifically. When has it not worked? You mean like on leviathans and stuff, right? Because that's all I could figure that it would end up being. Okay, Nightbot. I don't know why it destroyed your message. I saw something to do with Fable 3, but... Yeah, short answer is lag, as well as just bad design, like the... I don't know. It's just broken. That's all there is to it. It's like the devs couldn't figure out a reason to make the attack not just kill you through barriers or death-defying and stuff, and so they just decided to make it one-shot you sometimes. Yeah, Fable 3 was dope, dude. Because that was the, I played all the Fable games, but Fable 3 was the one true game that had proper co-op, right? I didn't really care for the whole town management thing. Like, it was cool, and eventually you became, like, infinite money by the end. But I really wished that it was a little bit more fleshed out in terms of, like, the controls of it and everything. Like, it was just a little clunky, you know? Personally, I still prefer Fable 1 in terms of, like, the whole medieval aesthetic. Because Fable 2 was, like... what was it? Like, weird pirates. And then Fable 3 was kind of that old British. Which, aesthetically, I'm not the biggest fan of the whole valedictorian thing. That's literally why I never played Bloodborne. It's just because I didn't care for the style of it. I actually did try to play Bloodborne because it's a free game you get for PlayStation Plus. But Bloodborne runs like ass on PS5, dude. It's terrible. I can't believe they don't put more work into it to make it run better. Like, it's just, ugh. Plus, you know, Elden Ring was already coming out, so there was kind of no reason to play it. I don't even know why I'm still grinding, but hey, whatever. Do you do meet and greets at all? I'm Canadian, so who would I meet? No, dude, there's no... I can't. Like, what would I do? Hey, guys. You guys want to meet me here? It's only like a 5-hour drive for everybody. Like, that's the thing with Canada, you know. I'm not American, so not everything's like close by. Plus, I live on an island, so... Oh, fun fact. I didn't mention it because it wasn't super interesting. There was, Small World. I remember there's 2 times that I ended up having a fan that just randomly recognized me. One was this cute little kid when I was doing my Spyro series, which that was really surprising because that Spyro series was not that popular or anything, and they just saw me in the supermarket, so that was kind of cool. I don't have the experience of meeting with fans though, so I didn't really know how to interact. I was just like, oh, okay, cool. And then more recently, when I went to see Batman with my brother, apparently the guy that was taking our tickets was just like, hey man, you're the Trove guy, right? And it was like, oh, yes. And he's like, saying how, yeah, I used to watch your videos, and it was just backhanded compliment. Oh, so you don't watch them anymore. I should have been mean and played it up, but it was just like, that's why I didn't think to mention it in a video or a stream or anything, because it was just like, oh, okay. But small world. Those are the only random interactions that I've ever had, but otherwise my channel's not popular enough, I don't think. On top of, like, where I live and being Canadian and blah, blah, blah. But I think that if they ever bring back, like, E3 and stuff, I've always had a desire to go, but it's just so expensive for me. Because, but, oh yeah, Multi, no, I talked about seeing the Batman movie. I talked about that last stream, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I really wanted to see the Batman movie. I just didn't have anybody to go with. And then my brother already saw it, but he was willing to watch it again because it's just so gosh darn good. But yeah, I think PAX is going on right now. Honestly speaking, even more than E3, because E3 is just like crowds of people. I think I'd be more interested in SGDQ or something. Like Games Done Quick. I don't know if I could bring Mariko out to one of those, and then you're literally just sitting for hours watching some nerd play a video game, but I love Games Done Quick. They kind of fell off the bus when all the pandemic stuff hit, because the live events just add a certain electricity to it. But apparently this year they're finally going to be doing a physical event, so I'm excited to watch those on their YouTube. Hopefully they actually play interesting games instead of all the weird ones that they keep playing. Give me an Elden Ring speedrun. How was it? Oh, how was Batman? Phenomenal. Best Batman movie there is. I'm a big Batman nerd. He's basically like my favorite superhero outside of like Spider-Man, obviously being right up there. But I think that if DC... Yes, Jub. If DC keeps this as their standard for quality, I think that that would really make them stand out from Marvel instead of just trying to copy Marvel. Wait, where are we going? Uh-oh. Oh no. Is this a Leviathan? Look at this. Look how long it takes to like join somebody. Jesus. Oh, it's a 5-star dungeon. Wait, I don't need a 5-star that bad, man. I've already done my dailies. The Joker deleted scene? It's not a deleted scene. You mean the scene at the end? Hi, Joe. I really didn't like that Joker scene, actually. That was really lame. Change the actor. Like, Joaquin Phoenix made the Joker. Like, are you kidding me? He's such a phenomenal actor. And now they're just gonna have some rip-off Joker, and it's like, oh, well, it's in a different multiverse, so... Oh, there's a deleted scene they released after? I'll have to Google that. I don't know, we'll see. Nah, see, that's the thing, like, don't get me wrong. I love the Chris Nolan Batman movies. But one criticism that I would have towards it is that those are Chris Nolan movies that have Batman in them. Whereas this was a Batman movie. Like, I was very, very surprised with all the monologuing and all the detective work. The only criticism that I have towards the new Batman is that they ground the movie so much in reality that, you know, it's like they ground the entire universe and the movie in reality so much, but then they take certain liberties at certain points that just are weird. Like, the car chase scene arguably is really badass, but I was just sitting there going, what's going on? Like, they literally had like this big ass explosion, killed like 50 people, and nobody questions it, you know, in this super harsh reality film. Like, it just, you know, stuff like that. Or like how many gunfights Batman gets in and nobody shoots him in the face. And there was like one scene where like the whole time, you know, he's wearing his cowl as if it's like a helmet, right? Like, it kind of looks a little bit goofy, and I'm pretty sure it's because it's supposed to be armored. And there's even a spot like in the end of the movie where they end up shooting at his head and it goes ping and bounces off of it. Thank God they didn't shoot him in the mouth. But then there's another scene in the movie at another point where he takes off his cowl and it's literally just latex. I guess the argument is that it's what is it? What is that? What is that stupid comic book, like, you know, that resistant comic book metal or whatever the heck they call it. Not vibranium, because that's Marvel. The other one. I don't know. Anyways, who cares? I'm just saying, like, those scenes really irked me because the entirety of the movie is so grounded in reality. There was a lot of really nice details, too, with his character. Because I won't spoil it, but there's like certain puzzle elements related to, like, you know, Batman trying to figure out these things. No, not titanium. I forget what it's called. But anyways, there's this one scene where Batman can't solve this puzzle And then one of the cops ends up kind of helping him. And my brother picked up on it after and told me, where it's like, yeah, Bruce Wayne is a billionaire, so he doesn't know what this common tool is, you know? Like, there's a lot of examples in the movie that are extremely subtle, where you can see his upbringing kind of change, you know, is like obscuring his version of what reality is. Like when he's talking about how, like, you know, he's kind of talking against like Selena Kyle, Catwoman, talking about how like your actions have consequences and stuff, and then she kind of gives him a reality check where it's like, yeah, you know, maybe if you're rich, but for like an average person, no. Yeah, carbon fiber. That's it. That's their dumb excuse. So that's probably what his helmet's made out of, and why it's just leather but can block bullets. That's kind of the big excuse. But anyways, yeah, I'll have to try and watch that deleted scene, because otherwise there was a scene like kind of post credits that was garbage and didn't do anything. Yeah, I was thinking about the carbon fiber the other day, but anyways, you can hear me geeking out about it. Batman's my favorite character because he's got no powers and he's just like a normal dude. But I felt that they did this one really, really well, and Pattinson ended up doing a fantastic job as him. He didn't end up getting like super buff for the role or anything, but there's a lot of scenes where, you know, the movie is based off of Batman Year One, and so that's kind of when he's just starting out, and it totally makes sense because there's so many scenes where like he, you know, gets hit or messes up. Like he's not like an elegant, invincible fighter like he is in all the other Batman movies, but arguably that's when he's like been doing it for multiple years. The funny thing is that I didn't see it, but apparently there was a trailer for a new Aquaman movie, which I actually loved Aquaman, so I'm totally down to see the next one. And they have Ben Affleck as Batman again, because they're doing the multiverse thing. Ha 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 ha, yeah. Like, as cool as it is, it just kind of seems like Hollywood's using it as an excuse to just do whatever the hell they want, you know? And it's just, I don't know. I didn't watch the trailer for Aquaman, but I loved the Aquaman movie. That was actually one of my favorite random superhero movies. I know it doesn't make sense because Aquaman sucks, but they completely redeemed him. And it was really, really cool. Hey, Sarah's. Anyways, now I'm just... ugh. Such a nerd. Yes and no, Redstone, because the whole thing is you can't have Batman without the Joker, so I get that. But I really, really am hoping that the scene they had with Joker in the new Batman was just placeholder, because they couldn't convince Joaquin Phoenix to, you know, cameo for that moment. Because unfortunately, although Joaquin Phoenix is one of the best actors of all time, and I'm not even kidding, like he's a phenomenal actor, unfortunately, he hates Hollywood. So, yeah. That's why he's, you know, his career kind of just took a dive and he wasn't really in many movies. That's why, like, as soon as he was signed up for Joker, I was just like, oh my god, this is gonna be amazing. But they have, like, the other... I think they have a second Joker movie signed off. They have 2 more of this new Batman movie signed off, so... Should be a good while of content with it. Yes, Lucas. If you watch the what the heck do they got it on Disney Plus, the What If or whatever, that Doctor Strange is gonna be basically that's what the Doctor Strange movie is that's coming. It's a live action version of that. Because that's kind of the big introduction into the multiverse. I think it's even called like Doctor Strange in the Multiverse or something. Like it's actually like full on introducing it, which is cool. I'm on Xbox. Can someone help me with Ultra Shadow Tower? My dude. Shadow Towers. Get out of Shadow Towers, man. You're wasting your time. Shadow Towers don't do anything anymore, my man. Sorry to say. They moved everything from Shadow Towers into the Delves, man. And that was a long time ago. Shadow Towers are dead, yo. That's probably why no one's helping you. Oh, you want the mounts. Oh, I see. Yeah, I guess that's true. So technically they have those, they have the old existing mounts are in the Shadow Tower. Yes, but you have to constantly go through to get the chest items. Or if you're going for the badges, true. But otherwise they have all of those mounts and more in the delves now, which, bleh. Disgusting. Oh god, what time is it? Crap. Time sure is flying. I just like chilling with you guys, though. That's the thing. Like, I always worry whenever I'm playing Trove, and I always want to stream more than an hour, but I always think that people are gonna get, like, bored with it. Or more so, people won't watch the VOD because of how long it is. But, I mean, I guess that's just streaming in general, right? But tonight, we're gonna just keep going, because I don't care. I want to just chill with you guys. Oh, is that Moon Knight? Is that out yet? Because, yeah, that actually looked really good. I was very surprised how big an actor they got for that character. At first, I thought it was going to be a movie, and then I was like, oh, it's a TV show. Another one, if you haven't watched it, Loki. Good lord. Can we please have the Marvel movies be of that caliber, please? That was such a good series. I didn't think it would be, because I don't really care about Loki that much, but my god, that was good. Yes, Lucas, basically. Oh, hey, Cap. Overprime. Right. Let me write that down because well, let me type it in. What the hell is Overprime? Oh, it's a game. Oh. What? The hell is this? That game. No. So so I don't know if you know this, Scythe, but that game, so there's literally what was it called? That is an official game from Epic. They created it, but the game just didn't do as well as they wanted it to, so they sold the assets, and then like 2 different companies ended up buying it all up and have been putting out like games that are literally just copy and paste of it. Paragon, yeah, that was it. So you do know about it. I think that's hilarious. I'm not gonna even bother giving it a chance. I'm sorry. Oh, what do I think of WandaVision? I couldn't even. No, just no. WandaVision's boring. I'm sorry. Okay, I tried. I was so bored after the first episode is the episode that's supposed to give you the pull, the reason why you want to continue watching. And I couldn't even get through the first episode. I just hated it so much. It was just so boring. The whole, like, you know, I Dream of Jeannie, like, old-timey TV show vibe was just depressing. Like, I hate those shows. I don't know. Maybe I should give it a chance, but I don't care. Plus, that's like, it's like, that's even one of the other characters that I really don't care about. Like, it just, ugh. She's gonna end up having a big role in the Doctor Strange, and I think she's a great actress. But I like how, another fun fact that I noticed, I like how Wanda was supposed to be like, what is it, like German or Russian or something? I forget what it is, but she has an accent, right? And then suddenly in the more recent films, it's like they just decided, you don't have to do that anymore. Like, she doesn't even bother trying. Yeah, the Loki soundtrack was really cool. I love the techno vibes of it. Yeah. And I really liked the bad guy at the end. The, what's his name? Oh, God. Something the Conqueror. I forget. Unfortunately, I don't think... Like, I thought the Loki series was going to be kind of leading into the multiverse stuff, but I don't think that it is. I think eventually, like, we're probably going to have Season 2 of Loki introduce Kang the Conqueror. Thank you. Loki 2 is probably going to introduce him more, and then otherwise I know that he is an Avengers level villain. So... they will have him show up eventually. The funny thing is, I think it's actually really good that the Marvel movies have kind of slowed down and taken a break, because frankly speaking, I think everybody kind of felt the burnout where, you know, it was just kind of the same thing for a while with the Marvel movies. When the hell is that new Thor movie coming out? I really want to see that, because I loved Thor Ragnarok. Didn't really care for the first two, but the third one was just an action comedy. It was great. Oh, only the first WandaVision episode was like that? Ah, God, then I should give it a... I mean, you know what? Here's the real bottom line. I ended up watching, like, Hawkeye. I'm pretty sure I could suffer through WandaVision. Which sucks, because I like Hawkeye, but the show shouldn't be called Hawkeye. It should be called Girl Arrow. Because he's, like, not even a main character, and he gets his ass kicked all the time. Like, Oh, does Thor come out next year? I thought it was coming out this year. Damn, dude. I guess that makes sense, because I want the Doctor Strange one to come out first, and Thor will probably be doing multiverse stuff. Who knows? You have my condolences for the WandaVision. Is it... Like, it's not just me, right? It's bad, right? Like... Yes! Slender, that's it. Czechoslovakian, is that it? Yeah, but she just dropped the accent, like, in the movies. Which, I guess, who cares, but... Oh, God, right, I forgot they were making that Buzz Lightyear movie. Ew. Oh, Pixar. Don't get me wrong, I love Pixar, but can they stop trying to make, like, works of art and just make, like, funny movies again? I'm so sick of them constantly trying to have a message, and everything they put out is deep, you know? It gets tiring. Oh yeah, she lost her accent because she lived in America. Ah, yes, because that's what happens to people when they have an accent. No, I think they just didn't care anymore. Because that does not happen. Not unless, like, it's purposefully trained into the person. But even then, like, the only way that people can't have an accent, or cannot have an accent, is if they're learning from the locals. Like, there was, you know, any of my Filipino friends from back in the day when I was a musician and stuff, you know, the parents had harsh accents, but all their kids didn't, because they'd go to school, even though they could still speak Filipino. And then, you know, it's like the same as Mariko. It's like she's got good enough English. You know, she's good enough. I don't mean it to sound that way. But my point is, she's always going to have an accent. It's not like it just naturally goes away, you know? It'd be the same as if I ended up learning Japanese. I would always end up having an accent unless I was, like, living in Japan and getting all of the accentuations from the locals. It's just... I mean, who cares? Because it's just a dumb movie, and obviously the character isn't from, like, you know, she's a real person who just speaks English, so I don't know why we're even discussing this. Speaking of lonely, hello. Konnichiwa. Domo arigato. Genki desu. Or should I say, shimisu? That's the main joke that we always did in Japan. Or that I always did. Because that's like the customer greeting. And most of the time it was so unenthusiastic where it's just shimisu. I kept making fun where it's like, dude, if I worked there, I'd be like, shimisu! What's going on? Blah. I don't play instruments anymore, but I did play piano. I'm sure I could, like, practice and get good at it again, but we don't really have a piano out, and my instrument now is video games and your heartstrings. That was so corny. I should just end the stream right now. Actually, we will have to end it soon-ish. Actually, I should see if I got a text from Mariko, if she's done soon. Nope, nothing yet. Which means probably still an hour away or so. Yes. Piano and drums, nice. I tried learning drums at one point, but it's just, you basically gotta be ambidextrous to try and keep like all the different timings with each individual. Like, it hurt my head. 7:15. All right, so she's done for. We still got a while. Piano just, I don't know. It always made sense to me. And then I had a keytar for like synthesized stuff. Because basically whenever we were playing, like there was rare moments where I would end up doing like actual like piano melodies. Generally speaking, I was, you know, doing like strings and background stuff. Really helped to swell the music. Stop talking about stop talking about car companies. It just makes me think of F1. Oh, that's right. Tomorrow we already got practice, gamers. I know nobody cares, but it's the one sport that I'm into, okay? I don't, wait. You played the violin but didn't like your vibrato. Isn't vibrato a singing term, or is that the shaking on the violin as well? No, I still got a piano. It's just in storage. I might, we'll see. I might bring it to when we move into the condo, but frankly speaking, it's a condo, so we don't have that much space. Gain a C3 or C4 affect your magic fine, or does it not matter? No, not really at that point, frankly speaking. It's not, I don't know. It's not that big a deal. The difference between C3 and 4 is very, very minuscule. Like, obviously it makes a difference, and if you get it, okay, cool, but good luck. Wait, was YouTube... Wait, what? Is F1 on YouTube TV? What are you talking about? Bruh, just torrent it. I mean, I don't. That was my trick to make sure that you're not a criminal. Yeah. Almost all string instruments use vibrato as well. Oh, okay. Then I know what it is, but yeah, I didn't know that that was a term for it. But no, literally, like the thing that we always do is I always open up the Reddit post the day of the F1 practice, because I do not like, that is one of the worst types of clickbait out there, dude. Like, I mean, I guess that just happens with anyone in sports, right? Like, it's really difficult to not see the results, because if I, for example, would start, you know, downloading all the F1 stuff once the results were already in, the second I Google it, we're already just, I glance over and it's gonna already tell us the results, because we don't get to watch it live. Just because we're usually like busy throughout the day and so on and so forth, but yep, all good, Saris. I'm gonna be heading out soon myself. Gotta pick Mariko up and buy Kirby. Can you hit Gondo with 1.5 mil flux? I thought you said you didn't speak English, but... No. If you're extremely lucky, yes. But generally speaking, no. No. I've spent 80 million flux. Oh, I see. Yeah, no, I'm just teasing, man. That's okay. Oh, I see what you mean. Like, will Magic Find affect whether you get C4 drops or not? Not really. Like, it does and it doesn't. So, the way that Magic Find works in Trove is not like it should work. It's not the same as every other video game. Basically, it's, the way that Magic Find works in Trove is that when a piece of gear drops, it has a set value tied to it. So let's just say a piece of gear drops and it's stellar. What Magic Find does is gives a small percentage chance, or depending if you have more Magic Find, it goes up more. But it means that that piece of gear can end up rolling to a higher grade. But the whole point that you gotta consider is how, you know, what are the odds of it actually triggering on the one item? So basically what would have to happen in order for you to get C4 gear means that you have to have your Magic Find trigger on a piece of gear that's already Crystal 3, and it has to trigger on that specific gear and none of the other ones, so that it ends up bringing it up. The other option, though, is the Shadow Vaults in the Delves will eventually give you a guaranteed Crystal 4, but the way that they work is really, really asinine. Because the way that they work is, it's something like you have to open 51 or something around there of the Shadow Chest itself, so 51 times 3. And it has to be U10 difficulty only. So I always start my depth at 115 or 116, because then by the time you get to the Shadow Chest, you are opening a U10 difficulty box. And then so long as you don't end up opening any other shadow boxes to break the chain, that'll end up guaranteeing you a C4. Whether it's going to be a weapon, face, or hat, though, that's completely random. It's stupid. Absolutely stupid. But generally speaking, no, Magic Find doesn't really affect Crystal Gear that much, because you can get Crystal Gear with 0 Magic Find. It's just that it might help. But the odds are just so astronomically bad, and just the way that Crystal Gear works in general is just awful. So. What? The new Tina's Wonderland or whatever? No. I don't think that game's out yet. They have like a demo of it or something. I don't know. Not the full game isn't out yet though. I'm honestly not interested in it. I thought it looked cool, and then I saw that it was just Borderlands medieval themed, and I thought, oh, that's not interesting to me. Like, I thought it was gonna be more like, I don't know, Skyrim, but with like a good loot table, because the Borderlands guys nailed like how loot tables should work. But I really wish that they would kind of do that in an open world setting. Not to say that the games aren't kind of open world, but you know what I mean. Like, I want it as a dungeon crawler, you know? Later, Lucas. Have a good one, bud. Thanks for coming out. Yeah. You know what? That's okay. We can finish up. I really should have just used an hour double XP pod. I didn't know I'd be streaming for this long, but hey, whatever. Oh, Joe, I don't know if you're still here, by the way. I don't know if you tried Valorant. I did, like, just yesterday and today. I was actually gonna stream it, and, no. It's so bad. Like, you know it's bad when even Cube World is better. I don't know. Maybe I need to give it more of a chance, but when I tried it, it was just like, oof. This ain't done. Put it back in the oven. Which one? Let me see. Tiny Tina Wonderland release dates. Initial release 2022. Releases March 25th. Oh, really? Okay. Where do you even find this game, actually? Oh, yeah, and then there's the videos talking about it already from, like, GameSpot and GameRanks and crap, so. It is on Steam. And it just says coming soon, so I don't know if they have an exclusivity of it on Epic Launcher or something like that again. I don't know. I'm honestly not too concerned with that game. Like, it looks okay, you know, it's not my thing. I'd rather spend more money getting Kirby. Anyways. Oh, you should definitely sell them, Redstone. No. Don't ever open the Paragon pins. They're just so bad. Am I hiding, right, by the way? No, I'm not appearing offline. Am I in D&D? No, I'm not. Weird. There was nobody around. Odd. Well, I got 4 pins to throw down, and frankly speaking, it doesn't matter if nobody else is here because these pinatas never give you anything. Here, I'll give you an example. You're asking whether you should open them or not? Look at this. Oh man, I got some Cinnabar. Dang, dude, I got Viridium. Crazy. We're going wild. Look at these items, dude. Look. Oh my lord. Like, you'll get the Trove loops, of course, but ugh, no, those pins suck. They're terrible. Absolutely terrible. Yeah, I liked Borderlands 1 and 2. But Borderlands 3 was just kind of more of the same. Like, I really thought they were going to step it up. Nothing against people that like Borderlands 3, because I think that Borderlands 3 set out to do exactly what it wanted to do. It was another Borderlands game. But for me, I was kind of looking for something a little different. Fan club from Thailand. Hello from Canada. We got so many people across the world. It's crazy. Sorry, I'm just double checking a couple things here on the games front. Yeah, here's that Core Keeper game everyone's talking about. Oh, right! That's why everyone's talking about that Core Keeper. I forgot, because it goes up to like 8 people or something, doesn't it? And it's only 14 bucks. Huh. Might be worth looking into that. I think it's a weird base builder game, though, so I'm not like super keen on it, but I didn't know it was that cheap. That means I could buy it for friends. I don't know. Anyways. Yeah, there's space in the club. Your best bet is to just ask in the Discord usually. What's $14? The, what's that game? Core Keeper. It's another game that's been popping off, and I wondered why, but I think it goes up to like 8 people or something, which is kind of cool. Ah, hello, my Australian brother. Anyways, I better get going, guys. Thank you so much for coming out. Really appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed. I'll try and set this video public probably in like an hour or two. I'm still going to end up streaming Kirby later tonight, I guess. Yeah. But I do have a bunch of our videos recorded for Trove, for Chloromancer, and then... what was the next one? And then we're gonna do Pirate Captain and stuff. So I'm trying to stock up on Trove stuff again. But anyways, I appreciate you guys coming.